welcome to Dolbrodmaeth garden today, and it's the 5th of March 2024 and it's nearly midday, so I'm very late coming out again today. I tried to come out earlier but it just didn't happen. Anyway, I've just uncovered the tables in the polytunnel because it's really warm out here today and it's quite warm outside, and it was a bit rainy just now, but I think it's going to be alright. So I'm going to try and finish doing around the pond today, because I think we need to try and complete at least one job, because at the moment I feel like I'm flitting from job to job. I am, and I'm not completing anything, and it's starting to frustrate me now. So I feel like I need to go back round where the pond is and finish like tidying that up first before I start on the main part of the garden. Really needs to be done now, so I've put it off as long as possible, but I think I've really got to get it done this month, as well as zillions of other jobs that I need to do. So we're just going to have a quick look at the seeds that I sowed in the polytunnel. I just want to have a quick overview and see what's growing and what's not growing on the 5th of March. Okay, today I don't think any of these are growing, but yeah, so these are the ones that we already had sowed, but we just moved them. And the coleus that we've done the other day, so nothing happening in here. I wasn't expecting it. I might have to just give it a light water. I don't know if that's dry on the top. Yeah, so we're just keeping an eye on the dryness of those. I still need to water these bulbs that I put in the other day. Have a look down here. Look how pretty they are. I'll take some photos of those. I know they're only tiny, but at least they're growing. And next thing to come out are the tulips, and we've got tiny daffodil. And some of the wallflowers are starting to come out now, which is nice. Nothing in here as yet. My parsnips are actually growing now, I just noticed, and our peas round here are growing. I had to sort of lift the lid up because they're starting to touch the top, but I still need to be careful because I think there is a mouse in here, so we're sort of keeping them wedged up like that so that the tops of them don't touch the top of the plastic. But yeah, so we've uncovered everything. Look at the sunflowers still growing, the linaria. Not much else happening over here at the moment, but all these things are still alright. I just uncovered everything to give them a bit of air. I'm not sure about these, if they got, look, they're flowering though. But they can't do everything at the same time, so I might have to take the flowers off of them, because obviously we're trying to root them. These ones got flowers on as well. So they can't do two jobs at once. You can't expect them to do that. So I'm going to probably have to take the flowers off them, or just leave them as a bunch of flowers in the polytunnel. Anyway, let's look around here. I uncovered these crocuses for a minute. I tried not to uncover the whole bed, because we still got to cover it up at night. But I thought I'd better uncover these crocuses. So as you can see, they've nearly come to the ends now, them ones. And over here, everything is growing really well. Yeah, all my little cuttings that I took. Yeah, this got caught by the frost again. Wow, it's really sensitive at the end, this plant. It doesn't matter, because I just keep picking it off and it just keeps growing back again. So I did cover it up. It was covered up, see? But it's not very frost worthy, that plant. So you have to keep an eye on that one. So this is the Russian tarragon. Doesn't like the cold. These chives, look at these, they're doing really well over here. So I managed to find 2 bags to put these in, but I still need some sandwich bags. I had to tread on my garden. I haven't watered these in yet, so I need to water all these because they're not watered in yet. I probably need to water these bulbs as well. That Russian tarragon doesn't actually smell of anything. It's weird. These are going to come into flower soon. That's going to look stunning, isn't it? Yeah, these are growing down here. I haven't covered these ones up. I've left them uncovered now. I just have to fight. And over here, this is where we put our other bulbs. So we still need to water these. They're not watered. I just had to leave the labels there. But look here, look at these winter lettuce, they're really growing now. Look at that. The green cross lettuce, it's leaning over because it's had a cover on it, and I've just had to scrape off all that green stuff off the top of these again. They're all growing. And the Zuna's getting really big now. We need to transplant it soon into this bed in here, along with this other Mizuna. Yeah, the radishes. Yeah, I had to pot on a couple of radishes, I said yesterday, which are these two pots that were growing in here. And they were getting a bit leggy, so I've left the others in. There are still radishes growing in there. Might need a little bit of water. But I had to take these ones out because they were getting a bit squashed every time I took the cover off and on. So they're all right now. Over there, yeah, that pot there, that was early sprouting broccoli I found. So I've redone a label for those so I can read what they are. Yeah, that's it really. It's not much else to say. We're going to do some more seeds this week. Not sure what day, probably when it's raining, which might be today, depending on the weather. But I also still need to go and do some painting indoors. I've got a lot of work to do indoors, but I just love coming out in the garden, but it won't get the house done if I keep coming out in the garden. But there you go, there's still so much work to do, and it is March now, so yeah. Okay, let me turn round, just have a chat. March already, I can't believe it. Sorry, I'm moving my camera around. I've got my coffee here and this fancy cup today. You can see that. Yeah, so oh yeah, I brought in, I don't know if you can see it in that pot there, that is the verbena that was growing over, you know, that one that I picked up yesterday that was flying around the garden. So it's got loads of green on it and it's got loads of roots, so I've put it in that great big pot and I'm going to leave it in there and let it grow back, and then we're going to plant it in the main garden. So it's, yeah, because it's a bit big now, and the poor little thing just got blown out of the garden. So yesterday I did continue, because you know I left you and I hadn't finished, and I said I wasn't going to do any more. Well, I did. I continued to do around the pond area, and it was freezing though, but I felt so like at one with nature yesterday. I just thought, you know what, I just need to stay out here for as long as possible. I didn't go actually indoors till 5 o'clock, so I was out for at least another hour or so after I spoke to you, because I just wanted to continue to do the, yeah, around the pond area. I'll show you in a minute, because that's where we're going in a minute. I've got my wheelbarrow, I've got some more compost tape around there to put in the pond area where there's you know, the earth's disappearing because it's rained so much, and we're just going to nip round there for a little while and do some strimming maybe, but we're not going to spend all day outside today because I really do need to get on indoors, and I want to paint the other dormer window today in our living room, because I want to get, as outside, I need to finish inside, because I've half done lots and lots of jobs and I'm not finishing anything, so I need to get back on some of them jobs, and one of them is finishing in the living room in our lounge upstairs in our flat. So I'm going to go and finish doing that and rubbing down the banister a bit and just touching up the paint where we took the banister off. So I'm going to go and finish doing that today as well. And then I just need to find some paperwork for something and tidy out a box that we had, which has got a load of stuff in it that I need to sort through. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to spend all day out in the polytunnel, because I spent all day out in the, not in the polytunnel, in the garden yesterday. So we have to sort of spread the load, and in between I will rest. Obviously I don't like go full pelt ahead, but if I'm out in the garden, that's tends what I want to do, you know. But still, we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute round the other side. In the no-dig garden area, I've just been doing some strimming, as you can tell by my wonderful glasses. Yeah, I've just had to take my coat off. It's absolutely lovely. I mean, look at that cloud there, but the sun is actually out right now, which is making it feel very warm. I'm sure it won't stay this way. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I was just strimming. Very quickly, what I've been strimming. So I literally have been strimming around this edge here, around this sort of posts. I need to fix these back. This used to be a great big fence, by the way, but we cut it down because it was a pain in the arse. We used to have another fence across there as well, but I wanted this one kept low so that to define my no dig garden area. See, I don't want people just walking everywhere they feel like, so they can walk around here and everywhere. But I was just going around this edge here strimming, and that's what I thought I would do, but then I got really hot, so I just had to take my coat off for a minute. So I'm sure it'll get cold once the sun goes back behind that cloud, that massive cloud there. But anyway, there we are. So I just want to show you what I'm doing today so far. So I'm just going to continue strimming down there and then across the back, I think. And then we'll come back round the pond and do some strimming around that. And just continue doing the work. And then we'll do a bit more digging in here. I put some bedding down that I had. Tweetles around the front, she had some in a bag. And also what I picked up where the pheasants keep going in the chicken's house here and turfing out all his bedding, and I keep putting it in a bag and brought it around here. I haven't actually cleaned the chickens yet, so I will get a load more bedding to put on this bed. So this is the strawberries in here. So yesterday I just chopped off all their heads mainly. So we're going to do the strawberries. I don't think there's any strawberries at the back here. In fact, I know there isn't. So we might just plant something at the back for now, but we will be taking the strawberries out of the polytunnel and putting them in there, but probably not this year. So yesterday I've done all this. Look, I can show you. I can't get that big lump of grass out. I'm going to leave that clump, but I managed to get a lot of the grass out of here. And here is one of the verbenas. I might have showed you this already, and I've trimmed up all round here. Done all this last night. There's a bit of grass here. I don't know if I want to leave that in. I might turf it out because otherwise it takes over the grass. So I was just going to put some more compost on the top here. Look, there's especially for the gladioli. So yeah, there's some big clumps here. There should be some bunny rabbit tails, but I'm not sure where they are. Anyway, I'm just going to continue tidying up. See, I didn't do that bit there, but we did do, so we didn't do round here. We did do this side. I done loads yesterday when I was off camera. So I went and done all of this. So I tidied up all of this. Tidied up some weeds that were in the actual pond that were like draped in there, because I don't want it to rot the pond away. I think the watercress, if you look there, see that watercress? It's actually gone into the pond. So that's the watercress. How funny. I just need to trim up that plant and tidy up them pots a bit. And then I trimmed up all round here and cut down all the sticks on the apple mint there. So there's apple mint there, and we've got a big root in the water there. There's some more irises and stuff in here. There's a few more verbena which I managed to save. I brought around a massive bucket of compost. Now it's cold, see? So I'm gonna just, I tidied this bit up as well. I might pull those bits of grass out the back. I won't pull the ones out the rocks, but I think I will at the back there. Because it grows back really quick, the grass. But as you can see, I am getting on with it. Now the sun has gone behind that massive dark cloud. I'm gone really cold, so I just took my coat off, and now I think I'm going to have to put it back on. Can't win with this weather at the moment. It's cold when the sun goes in and warm when the sun comes out. But I think the garden look over here is almost done, ready for this year. We need to put some mulch on top of that bed there as well, and we're going to put some more flowers in there this year. I think I'm going to have to pull out that holly tree because I don't think it's alive. I will check again, but I don't think it is. So that's what we've been doing. So we're going to continue to do some trimming, and then we'll see where we go. Okay. It's 11 minutes past 4. I did go in for quite a while and had a break because I'd done quite a lot of trimming earlier and really knackered myself. So I had a massive long break and I fell asleep. But I'm back out now and the weather's really nice, and I'm going to continue doing around the pond now. So I'm not doing any more trimming today. I used 2 batteries worth of trimming and then my line actually came to an end. But I just want to show you what I did today. So I've done a lot. There's a little bit more trimming needs doing around the edge of the pond, but not much. So let me just show you. So as you can see, I've trimmed all around these beds to try and define them a little bit. They're all no dig, remember, we don't do digging here. The only little tiny bit of digging we do is to actually put plants in, and like tiny little holes to put my potatoes in, and to dig out this grass. But apart from that, I don't try not to dig it too much. I just do it very surface, like to the surface. I try not, but this has got tons of grass in it and I don't want it to grow back because this is actually my wildflower bed and I do like it being there. But over here I've been trimming around the pond area, like all the way round. What we need to do now is continue clearing out some of the grass, because I did notice over here, so I've trimmed all around here, as you can see. I did notice over here there is a lot of grass. So we don't want all that grass. I don't mind a bit of it growing in there, but not that much, because otherwise there's no room to put the plants in. And as you can see, there's the foxgloves that grew there last year, and we've still got these teasels, and I can't wait to see what they look like. And then we do have our oh, I can't remember what that was. What was that? I'd have to look back over the video last year. Oh, I think that's a hollyhock actually. So we need to just tidy up around there and to pull out some of this grass because we don't want too much of it. And round here it looks very messy. And that was, oh, was that the hollyhock? I think that was the hollyhock. There. Not sure what that was there. Oh, I can't remember, I'd have to look. And then we just need to tidy this up. It's very messy here and very messy here, as you can see. I just need to take out a bit of this grass. I trimmed as much as I could. A couple of clumps there we don't want. Yeah, and some, yeah, there. Anyway, as you can see, I've trimmed right round here, very close. It was very wet when I done it, but it's dried out now because it's dried. There's a delphinium in there, larkspur. Not the delphiniums I have in the polytunnel. These are different. I didn't know delphiniums and larkspur were the same family, but apparently they are. And we just need to pull out some of that. Can you see the tendrils of the mint? I just need to pull some of that back a bit. Yeah, I think that's it then. Don't know what's happening with the frog spawn. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to leave it now. There was a plane coming. It's going to be very noisy. Or is it flying in a different direction? Oh no, it's gone in a different direction. Anyway, so we've done all this bit. See, I don't mind a bit of the grass, but not too much. So I'm going to continue doing this. It's a really nice day, and I think that this needs to be finished today. And then, roughly, we've nearly finished our whole no-dig garden area, no-dig bed area for the oncoming season. So what we need to do round here is just not trim up the... I've done that last year. I had to make a decision as to which was the main stem for the apple tree, because there was 2. So I decided on this one. We just need to cut that down there, and then we need to double check on our holly, but I definitely think is dead. But we will check the stem to see if it's still alive, but I think it didn't like being moved. So that's not everybody's cup of tea to be moved over into this side of the garden. and we just need to tidy up these here, so all these sticks. And this has been absolutely stunningly beautiful all winter, something bright and nice to look at on a cold winter's day. I've absolutely loved this plant. What's going on here? Oh, there. This has been amazing, and we did put more mulch around the bottom, but I will put some more anyway. So now we're going to continue doing around the pond on this lovely afternoon, and the sun's gone over the mountain, so it's going to get really cold in a minute, but I don't care. I'm staying out here for as long as I can, so probably about an hour or so. This should only take about an hour to finish this job, and I'll show you once it's done. Okay, bye. Pond. Just put all the tools away, cleared it all up, and I've actually finished it. All I need to do now, I took out a load of the grass near the edges around here. There's a lot of grass here. Oh, where's my hat? There's my hat. I took my hat off because my head was really hot, and I took out a load of the grass. So what I'm doing now is I'll bring another bucket tomorrow. So I put 2 buckets down so far of compost, just sort of replenish it and cover up the bulbs and feed these little plants. Anyway, I've trimmed it all up, taken out as much grass as I'm possibly taking out, not taking it all out, and just tidied it up. So there's some ground cover plants there, so we're leaving those. And just here there's a bit of grass. It doesn't matter because it's right by there. But I've done as much as I possibly want to do. And you can see that I've nearly put all the earth down. So tomorrow I'll bring another bucket of earth, even if that's all I do round here tomorrow. I'll bring another bucket of earth and just put more earth all the way round, like we did last year when we first done it. What we do need is a couple of evergreen shrubs, really, that the animals or whatever can hide in the winter time. I'm not sure. We need something that can get its roots down. Not sure how that would work. Seems as there's a liner on top of this. But if you put it near the edge bit, like if I put a shrub or something near the edge, so it's actually in the grass and not on the mound, because there's like a liner that goes over here. It's supposed to stop the grass and things, but it never did because it's in the earth. Anyway, that's it today. So we've done loads of work today. So we've done loads of trimming around here. So this garden is nearly done. All I need to do now is sort out this bed here. With these beds, we're going to probably put some more cardboard on this bed here. These are going to have the potatoes in. I told you that already, so we won't keep repeating ourselves. And we're just going to keep throwing the just throw stuff on them, but I don't want them to fade away, so this bed over here is quite hard to see now, look. But what we're going to put in here is the red clover, I think, because I did want to have red clover over here, but I will have to put a load of compost in when I put it in, because I did try throwing seeds in last year and it did not work at all. And I lost all my seeds that I threw in the ground. They just disappeared. And then we had really, really hot weather, and it just, it didn't work. So anyway, I'm not doing that this year. I'm going to do all the plants, starting everything in the polytunnel this year, until they get going, and then I will transplant them into the garden, because I do not want to waste my plants, waste my time and my seeds. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Better off putting them in the polytunnel, letting them go. The only one I'm probably going to throw in is probably in the middle of April, is I don't know when they're supposed to go in, are the wildflowers. And they're going to go in this bed here. And I'm going to make sure I cover them up with a net before, so that they can get going, and then I'll take the net off. I think that's what I did last year, and they grew all right being thrown in the bed, but for the rest, like the red clover, it did not take, and I wasted loads and loads of seeds on these beds. It's because what I did was we put cardboard down, then we put earth on, but we only put a tiny bit of earth on. Then it didn't rain. It did not rain. I could not believe that it did not rain. It didn't rain, and I put that in May, I think it was, and it didn't rain. So it rains all the time here. So just when I put some seeds in directly in the ground, it didn't rain. So I'm not making that mistake again. But I'm really, really pleased with what I've done. So the next job is to do the seeds in the polytunnel, put lobelia in here like we did last year. We've got enough pond plants now. I'm not buying any more pond plants. I bought pond plants last year, so I'm not buying any more. We do have some kind of pond plant here. There's lilies over there, and there's stuff in these marginal pots. There's all pond plants in there what I bought last year. So the only thing I don't know will come back is the pond weed that I had in here last year. It's like pond lettuce and some other pond weed, but I'm hoping it just comes back. I don't know how it works. So there's a robin there. It's come to see if there's any worms. There were loads of worms in here, by the way. I felt sorry for them, but I needed to get this done because everything's going to start growing soon, and I do have to concentrate on inside the house. So I'm trying to get the garden done as much as I possibly can. Yeah, so that I can concentrate on inside the house, because we do have a lot to do. I don't actually think we're going to be opening by April somehow, because we haven't got the patio done, and I do not know when that's going to be started. So we can't let anybody stay here with this mess and our patio not being done. It's just not going to happen. We're not doing it until the patio's done. But we do have garlic. Can you see that? The garlic's come up. It's nearly 6 o'clock, by the way. I don't know if I just said that. But the garlic's coming up in here. So it's just where I covered it up. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to turn the camera around and say goodbye now, because it's suddenly getting really, really cold. It's a beautiful evening. Look, I'll take a photo of that. Okay, so that's it for today. I had to take my hat off. I was absolutely boiling. So, yeah, it's quite chilly now. It's getting cold. I've covered up all my seedlings inside the polytunnel. Everything's covered up. I've shut all the gates because there was a sheep got in here today, and Simon had to chase her out. I said to Simon, we need to hurry up and fix the front gate on the front of the house. I said we need to fix that. So I think that's priority number 1, because I do not want sheep in our garden, and when I put the plants in, that a sheep comes along and nibbles all the heads of all the plants of the seeds that I've grown inside the polytunnel. I will not be happy, I tell you. I will not be happy. So we need to make sure that the gate's fixed, and we need it fixed anyway, for if we're having guests here, we need a gate. It's been like that for, when did it go like that? 2020, the gate broke, and we haven't really mended it since then. So it really, I just said, Simon, we need to order the wood and we need to fix the gate. I think that's like the first job that needs doing. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please give me a like and a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something about something. I hope I taught you something about something. And yeah, previous person commented on my potatoes. Yeah, I'm glad I saved you a load of time putting your potatoes in, because I have found this no dig method is the best way for me, because I'm really not into digging, and definitely not digging potatoes in, and I have found this has worked for quite a few years now. Just putting them near the surface, dig a tiny little hole, put a bit of compost in, cover them up, then put a load of mulch all over them, grass clippings, bedding, whatever you got handy from your chickens and what have you, because you can feed the beds as well with the chicken manure. I just put it straight on there, and as they grow through, I just cover them up and keep covering them up until they get to a certain point, and then I don't bother anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you again soon in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.